Hello everyone and welcome to the R/RTD Super Series Season 4 Race number 6. It's a finale, the final round. Although the points and indeed the championship, that was decided last race at Okayama by virtue of none of the people who had a chance of the title apart from the championship leader. Well, none of them actually finishing. The title was decided there and then. It is going to go to Lewis MB. He is the champion of Season 4, but positions number 2 and number 3 for this season, they're still undecided. Currently we have Cyclone and First Name even on points, though First Name is technically ahead on countback due to having a win at Interlagos. Xandra is 1 point behind, then Apollo, Quattro, Thief, Dita, Uprooted, Flandre and Ant are all above 20 points, with the second and third being on 36, so they're very much in it still, as is a lot of people. It's still really close, so there is all to play for. A good result here could send someone absolutely rocketing up the standings, and a bad result, while others do well, could send you tumbling back down. As always, for this season, shout out to UprootedGrunt for supporting us. You, sir, are a star. Possibly a superstar, if I wanted to be extremely cringe and punny. Anyway, the pace lap, it's going to be a full pace lap here actually, on this very short, only 1.5 miles or so road course. Very short track, shortest of the season. We went from having the longest at Spa in round 4 to the two shortest at Okayama and Lime Rock Park for the last two. Anyway, Zombiehead is on pole, Xander in second, Quattro third, Frontshot fourth, Dita fifth, Dane sixth, Syrupman seventh, Migam Road eighth, Flandre ninth, Britain 10th, Ant 11th, Northerner in 12th, rounding out the first dozen on the grid. Then it is KVF, Apollo, Robergine, Spinala, Aaron, Lewis, First Name, Thief, Munch, Cyclone, UprootedGrunt and Browners. And once again I realise that my AI has been utterly shit. Because we have Roman, Nyxana and Io rounding out the grid. As always, my AI has been utterly dreadful. And is going to literally be fired from a cannon. And I mean the big from the earth to the moon sort of cannon. You may as well make an extra grid just for that AI. It is so bad. If I had my way, it would be an XAI, deceased, and very much gone. Anyway, there will be opportunity for salt later when it inevitably dies. In the figurative sense. Only in the figurative sense, unfortunately. I'd like that AI to please go away and never come back. As you can tell, I am somewhat salt. Is race start soon? I'm going to guess that the pace car driver has probably decided to have a last minute snack or something. Oh, no, never mind. We finally found him. He's actually about to get in. Thank goodness. Let's do a rather short pace lap and then start the race. Now, Dane, where do you reckon the sort of big overtaking and moves and action is going to happen?
Imagine overtaking at Lime Rock.
Yes. But imagine, where, if anything happens, where might that happen? You know, I'm not familiar with this track. I've never raced here. At most, I've had an AI race around it in Beam, and that does not count.
Turn 1. That's it. That's literally it. If you don't overtake at turn 1, you're not going to overtake.
So it looks like we're going to have Okayama, but times many. Oh dear. Considering
the track to be narrow.
Considering that last race, once he got past the first lap, there wasn't really much overtaking, mainly due to the fact that
DTR and P5.
Mainly due to the fact that the course, all of the straights on it, and the main parts where you might be able to overtake, they're quite short, and the corners were very much tight and easy to defend through. Admittedly, I think the corners might be slightly harder to defend through, but not much harder. Anyway, we're going to start the race. Pace car's going to pull in. Let's get going. And end this season off with a nice big explosion of excitement as they all jostle for position as we start the race here. Going into turn 1, let's see, is there going to be contact? Well, who's going to make contact? Because generally the AI have been quite good at causing... Yep, and that... who is that going off and just absolutely driving, lawnmowering across right there? Who is that? Is that... Oh, what you doing, mate, you blimmin' numpty? That is Northern absolutely lawnmowering it across the runoff on the first lap at turn 1. As we see Brit trying to go side by side there with Dieter, who's slipped down to 8th by the looks of it. Oh dear, that's not good. Who is that? Is that whoever that is? They're absolutely out, and that looks like Flandre's out too in the background. And someone ahead looks like they might be slowing as well. So who is that that's out? Is that that's KVF and Flandre out? Northern are very much held up. Brown and Uprooted also seem to be going quite slowly. So we see right here. Let's see what happens here. As we get towards the final corner, let's see, contact. Oh, he just runs wide. Oh no, that's not good. Neither is that tree. But yes, very much an unfortunate situation. As we see Spinella going a little narrow there, causing them to have to check up behind. And KVF and the car left. Oh no, just a tiniest bit of contact and absolutely gets sent off and right into the tyres. And that's that day done for KVF right there. Quite disappointing, I'd have to say. But currently the biggest mover of the field would have to be Nyxana, I think. Considering he went from, I think, 24th to 15th, which isn't that bad. Yep, up 11 places, so 26th to 15th. While Northerner has sort of done the opposite, unfortunately. IO managing to somewhat get near at from 27th to 18th. It looks like the AI really take defensive lines very early on. I wonder if that's going to end up harming them in the long run. As Brit making a move on Dieter here, is he going to be able to complete the pass, or is Dieter going to be able to hold on around the inside as we go through here? I think this is turn 2. Now Dieter has the outside, and he's going to be able to take that place. Is Ant going to be able to make it alongside or make a move? No, doesn't look like it. Spinella having a chance to see if he can get past Apollo, perhaps. Nope. But Ant's lost out there. Spinella trying to make it around the inside. Let's see, are we going to be able to make it through here cleanly, or are we going to see what happened to Flandre happen again? Nope, they do make it through cleanly. Spinella looks like he's going to lose out to Aaron here, though, as lapped cars coming out. That's not going to go well. That is definitely not going to end well, as Ant actually gets past now, and that's went from being a perhaps a good opportunity for Spinella into being unquestionably very bad, as we have Browners here. I think is... Yes, Browners a lap down and just getting in everyone's way. Lapped cars, never fun. Oh, it's Dieter going off there in the background, going onto the grass. And he's in the wall. That is a disaster for Dieter. The lapped car's just getting in the way. The lapped car of Brown is there to the right. Just takes the outside. Let's see it. I think he's just going to understeer off. Just gets pushed really wide. No room on the outside. And oof. Tiniest bit of contact. And the grass is just at that point. Oh. At that point, you're not really going to be able to do much. Once you're on the grass, you may as well be driving on ice. But currently, Zombiehead, Xander, and Quattro, the leading trio. Oh, who's that going off? Someone went off. That looks like... Is that Thief? I think that is Thief. He went off at the final corner. I don't know if the car is damaged or not, but it looked like he might have hit the wall. Let's see, we have Luis and Nyxana there, as well as I think that's Brown is up ahead. Yet Brown is involved in another incident. Oh, and he just taps the rear end of Lewis's car and straight to the scene of the accident for him. But yeah, so battle at the front remaining very tight, very close. Syrup Man seeing if he can maybe try and one of these possibly look at getting a run on front shot at some point. We're already 8 laps in, and we're only 6 minutes in. Oh, good grief! That looks dangerous. 3 wide going along the front stretch into turn 1. And, oh, he just goes off on his own. And hits the wall. Definitely very embarrassing. Was that...
First name.
Was that at the start? Oh, wow.
No, so this is after
Oh, right.
Andre and KVF's crash.
Yep, so we see an absolute melee there, and oh, that's where UprootedGrunt and Browners get taken out. Oh, big hit there into the wall. There's now Dane having to look at defending from front shot. We've seen some very good, very close racing here. A lot better than we might have expected, considering that what was expected was that passing would be at turn 1 or not at all, although it's sort of been a bit more bumping, what we've been seeing, but it's certainly been exciting. The cars look so close to getting air as we go through that over that crest there, so can't imagine that'd be fun to drive through. Or at least not well, I can't imagine it wouldn't be anything but extremely stressful. I'll correct myself. Front shot. Oh, Quattro and Xander. Quattro moving past Xander there into second place. Ah, aided by the lapped car there of Thief. Lapped cars once again muddling things up a bit. And is that going to provide an opportunity for a repass? We need to see. Is he going to be able to get alongside? No, not quite. And I think that's going to be... Oh, that's going to lose him out.
Hey.
That loses him out to Dane there. Now is front shot going to have a look at some point as well? That's not good for Xander at all. Lapped car absolutely getting in the way. And that leaves Syrup Man off the road and into the wall. And he just slews right across the track. And that's his day over pretty much.
Fuck.
in what is really a massive race of attrition here, right here. With Syrup Man out. And the lap car of Thief has really given a massive break to Zombie Head, because he's meant that Quattro's lost about 2.5 seconds. As Brit now goes wide, Apollo gets past Aaron. Let's see, is Quattro going to close up enough to be able to make a move on that lapped car of Thief? Yes, he's going to be able to send it up the inside. Thief going wide and onto the grass. That's got him out of wave, everyone. As he just completely lawnmowers across the first part of the track. It's somewhat of an unorthodox line. Oh! And he just absolutely destroys Aaron right there.
Oh my god!
And that's knocked his wheel off at that. That is terrible, terrible driving. I think that would really have to be a disqualification for Thief from this race for some pretty shocking driving standards right there. I don't know if that was accidental, but it looked terribly close to a deliberate punt. And I'm just going to raise a point that Nyxana, having started in 26th, is up to 12th. Just from the carnage and chaos that we've had, and it's only at 11 minutes. This has been a monumentally chaotic race so far. As we see a replay here, Aaron in the yellow car. Let's see, we're going to see Thief coming back on track right there, right into harm's way, slews across the track, just his rear wheel completely knocked clean off by the absolutely shocking driving that we see there. That was terrible. It was most certainly not on. That is an abject lesson in not how to rejoin the track safely. In how to not rejoin the track safely. Correction. Xander now getting close to Dane. Brit close to Mig. Northern close to Roman. And now... Oh, let's see. I think that's Dane in... Oof. Bumps his way past. And now first night Roman looking to have a go there. That's some brave stuff. This track's pretty narrow, but nobody's. I think it would be wrong to say that people have been shying away from making from attempting moves. To their credit, I have to say, even if the moves haven't always been going right, there's been some pretty good bravery, all things considered. Spinella closing up on Robert Jean as we go down the pit straight. He's not going to get a tow. There's not going to be a move right now, as he just drops back there. Robert Jean getting a straight line speed advantage, and that's just letting Nyxana basically ride along behind them. If anything trips them up, like a lapped car or anything like that, then he'll definitely be ready. As currently the closest battle on track is Roman behind Northerner. Then Spinella on Robert Jean, and pretty much the melee from second to second to seventh pretty much is one continuous melee. Oh, and Dieter, who just had an absolutely abysmal run out of the last corner behind Flandre. Cycling going past a lapped Browners there. Once again, lapped cars beginning to play a role. Much to everyone's dread. As we have a battle of lapped cars here. I don't think anyone right now is close enough to be able to make a move into... was it the approaching corners, apart from maybe Io or Northerner? Or Northerner on Io. Yep, Northerner gets past Io. Now he's got a 3-second gap to Nyxana ahead of him. As Dieter moves past Flandre, who I believe is in the wall. We might need to check that. Yep, I believe Flandre is in the wall once again. Let's see how that happened. Now Flandre going for a move on Lewis, who I think is a lap ahead, and that's not going to work. And he's knackered the car. Oh, that's a dangerous place to stop right there. No, that is terrible. And Aaron just barely avoiding getting caught up in that. Hopefully the car can be removed. As somebody, I think that's KVF going out of grass at UprootedGrunt, Thief. That was pretty terrible parking. Very fortunate for a lot of people that that got cleared away when it did. Because otherwise we could have seen an absolutely massive accident. We're at 16 minutes out of 20, 18 laps. I feel like I've been commentating for about 40 minutes. Not because I feel tired or anything, but because it's just been so exciting and close. This has been absolutely fantastic. I think it would be fair to argue that this circuit definitely, I think, at least to a degree, plays to the characteristics of the cars. Even if it is still quite hard to make any, to make moves and to get close enough to make them, it still somewhat plays to the characteristics of the cars in terms of letting them follow each other closely and try things once they do get close enough. Because we've been seeing, quite a few times some very good side-by-side stuff, side-by-side racing. Although you've then got that part there, which isn't so good. Because if you go to the outside, you're probably going to be doing a free lawn mowing. Let's see, is Britt going to be able to close up and make a move on Mig out of the last corner? Let's see, is he going to get a good run? Looks like it. Now, is he going to be able to get the toe going into the first corner? No, not quite. Not enough. Just doesn't quite close up enough on Mig on the road to be able to make a move. And I think possibly barring any lapped car intervention, I think this is about as far as things are going to go. Though you never know with the lapped cars. At once very keen to get out of the way and at once not. Although there is a fair gap, so they probably won't come in to any sort of interest. As Dane going very defensive there, I believe. That's Dane going for a very defensive line. Not entirely necessary. That's just going to hold him up into the next corners and bring Xander closer to him. And just really bunch everyone up. So, not entirely sure if that's the smartest move, but I don't know. The field might catch the current last runner. I don't know who that is, but it looks like we might have a chance of catching them before the end of the race at the current pace. As I think the next lap will, although the next lap will be the last one, so scratch that, I think. Don't think we're going to catch him. And I think we may pretty much have our finishing order right here. Unless someone can pull something off into turn one or further along the track. Mig on the road trying something. Going to the inside here. Is he going to be... No, never mind, that was front shot going to be inside. Mega Road staying at the outside line. They've all bunched up again. Brit... Nope, not quite having a look, but definitely close. I think Dane is probably going to be able to hold on to finish on the podium in this last race, which will definitely be a good result for him. I have to say, having that track map graphic is very handy. But anyway, Zombie Head coming out of the last corner to win the final race of the season. Ahead of Quattro, GreatDane, Xander, Frontshot, Migam Road, Brit, Ant, Apollo, and Robert Jean. Spinella finishing 11th, Nyxana in 12th, Northerner 13th, IO 14th, Roman 15th. Let's see, is he going to be able to hold it? Munch in 16th, very close, but he is able to take it. First name, Cyclone, and finally Lewis. Browners just beat Syrup Man, Dieter in 22nd, Aaron 23rd at the end after running fairly comfortably, fairly strongly early on, KVF 24th, and then the last couple of finishes. But Zombie Head taking win in the number 92, ahead of Quattro, his second place of the season, and Dane. Getting a strong result to close out once again a somewhat frustrating season. Ever since Season 2, it's pretty much just been one big championship hangover for Dane, unfortunately. Anyway, the race results are now in. Zombie Head takes win the final race of the season. Let's see, I'm just going to check the statistics, putting him up to 3 wins all time. Very good. He was followed by Quattro, GreatDane, Xander in 4th, Frontshot in 5th, Migam Road in 6th, I need to type correctly, Brit in 7th, his first points of the season, Ant in 8th, if I can find him on this results spreadsheet, Apollo in 9th, and Robert Jean in 10th. In 11th, it's Spinella, who goes pointless this season, actually. Very much a disappointment for the man who finished 3rd last season. In 12th, it's Nyxana. Somewhat mediocre end to a very frustrating season, where arguably with better qualifying he would have done a lot better, but that qualifying was utterly ass. Northerner 13th, IO 14th, Roman in 15th ahead of Munch. First name, Cyclone, rounding out the top 18, who are all in 19 seconds, so quite a close race despite a lot of laps. And then we will now move on to the final few results. In 19th, last on the lead lap is champion Lewis MB, failing to score in the final 3 races after almost taking a complete sweep of the first 3. 20th place is Browners, scoring only once and being on the podium that time. Syrup Man 21st, Dieter 22nd, Aaron in 23rd, KVF 24th for the second time in a row, UprootedGrunt 25th, 5th, 26th, which I can't type, and Flandre 27th from last after 2 quite high-speed collisions, which really sort of hides some actually pretty good pace throughout the race. Anyway, that is the end. That is the results of the final race of the season. The championship will go to Lewis, Second and third go to Xander and Quattro. Those are the top 3 for season number 4 of the r/RTD Super Series. Behind it gets all complicated, and Countback E, which is a pain to sort out. Because randomize doesn't like to randomize things to result that I need them to. Need it to randomize to. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I've been Nyxana. This has been the r/RTD Super Series, season number 4, race number 6, the final at Lime Rock Park. Thanks for watching so much, and we'll see you next